Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an updated get ready with me. I feel like as times change, so does my makeup application, especially right now. We are at home more. I recently just had baby number 3. There's just a lot that I've done to minimize my routine. And I want to say thank you so much to Clinique for sponsoring this video because I am going to be sharing a product that I have been using for some time. It's actually been over a year that I've been using this product. I actually did a video last year around the same product. It's the same sentiment I had then, which is when you take care of your skin, you really then can make makeup that much more fun. That becomes even more of a thing as you age. So for me, especially at 39, it's something that I definitely take my skincare super seriously, just because now's the time when I am starting to see the fine lines, the wrinkles, the sagginess. So anyways, we're gonna do an updated get ready with me that's going to show how I've simplified my routine. Also, I'm gonna talk a little bit about, you know, baby number 3 and why we decided to do it and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like I get a lot of questions about that too. So let's get to it. So as I mentioned, this is the Clinique Smart Clinical MD, multidimensional age transformer duo. So that means you are getting 2 creams in one. You have a resculpting cream as well as a revolumizing cream. And now what that does is, if you want to think about it, resculpting is really going to help anywhere that you have sagginess or you want to see firmness in your skin. So I am pointing right where I need it and want it, around the neck, around the jawline, so I can feel a little bit more contoured. And one thing I love to do, you can use this cream morning and night. I like to keep this in the fridge. In the mornings, I love pulling it out and putting it on. It just kind of gives me that burst of energy that I so desperately need these days. So the resculpting side has soybean seed extract, sweet almond seed extract, and whey protein, which whey protein is rich in amino acids. These are all things that are going to help tighten and firm your skin. And then the purple side is the revolumizing side, which is going to do exactly what it says. It's going to be like your little filler in a jar. It's going to help plump the skin in areas where you might see more concavity. And so you want to bring that back as much as you can, and you want to prevent loss as much as you can. And the revolumizing side has a lot of plumping agents like hyaluronic acid. It's something that's really going to help retain moisture, bring hydration back to your skin, which therefore is going to lead to a lot of plumping effects. And hyaluronic acid can attract up to 1,000 times its weight in water. So if you think about that, this is going to be something that you can more likely than not see in more immediate results. This cream itself, this Transformer Duo, is something that I have had on my vanity as a staple for some time now. And like anything, just like with exercise, you have to continue to invest in your skincare in order to see the results. So it's not something you can just do like here and there and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, my skin looks amazing. It's, you have to put in the work, use it AM, PM, and then you start slowly seeing the results. So that's just one thing that I always like to keep in mind and tell people. So this retails for $69 and you can get it at Nordstrom or Nordstrom.com, which I will be sure to link in the comments below. All right, now it is on to the get ready with me, and I'm going to show you guys how honestly I use minimal amounts of products to get it done. For my base, I'm going to be using also the Clinique Even Better Makeup. This has SPF 15 in it. It evens and corrects. It's like a light to medium formula, and I just love it because it does a really nice job of, you know, just covering what you need, but also letting your like real skin just breathe through. So I just take a little bit and I kind of spot it wherever I need it. And I like it because the formula is really nice and light, so you can literally move with it. Now I'm going in with a little concealer. I like to go about a shade lighter in concealer, and I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape, and I kind of like to just make sure that I'm covering areas that need it. I don't go too heavy, but I do like using a fuller coverage concealer. So for me, that really means hitting like the dark under eyes that I'm trying to conceal, and then also I have some melasma from pregnancy, which is starting to fade, in part thanks to the Clinique MD. I am noticing that lightening up, which is really nice, but the concealer just helps ensure that it's going to be covered the entire day. My biggest pet peeve is like, if you get ready and then in the morning it looks great, and then halfway through the day you like look at yourself and you're like, uh-oh. All right, now we are going in with setting powder. I'm using this one from Maybelline. It's the FitMe in shade Fair Light. I like something that's easy to work with and finely milled, and I find that setting makeup just helps, again, keep everything in place. So I will not have to touch my face or like retouch makeup at all pretty much the whole day, because this will just ensure everything stays put. And then after I'm done putting any sort of powder products on, I'll always go in and just hit it with a little bit of setting spray. and I like to go in with it because I tend to have more dry skin. So this just helps me kind of bring it back to life a little. So another part of my get ready with me that I think has changed on a day-to-day basis. Before, I might go in and do like a whole cream contour. Now I think I've kind of like filter that out, and I think that resonates really well with kind of where I am in life too. 3 kids, don't have that much time, 2 that are homeschooling, so it's just a lot of stuff and priorities that I have to tend to before I get to myself. So with that said, like cutting out a step is really great. So I'm gonna take this bronzer from NARS. It's just a Paradise Found bronzing powder. So I'm just taking that with a little brush. I'm going to just help contour and bring warmth to my face. I'm using a more packed, dense brush, so it helps just get the product where I need it. If you want just warmth to your face, you can take a more full brush like this and then just hit your face almost like a powder. And I like this too because I feel like it just brightens and brings more warmth and life to my face. Do you see how much more awake? I don't know, I feel like it gives you that healthy glow. I used to be a big fan of powder blush, and now I am obsessed with cream blush. I just think it like gives your skin that healthy, I keep saying healthy glow, but it really does that. It just gives you that youthful look. And again, I do think that when you take care of your skin, it allows you to use products that you otherwise wouldn't think you could. So for instance, as we do get older, we notice, you know, more wrinkles and fine lines and things settling into your skin. So cream products can settle into fine lines, but if you are taking all the right steps with your skincare, it does help when you want to use products like cream blush. So I'm going in with this. This is from Jamie Makeup, and it's in the pink one. So even though this is cream, you can use it with your fingers. I still like going in with a brush and stippling it into my skin. And one thing I like to do too is lately is I go over my nose and I just hit it just a little bit. I feel like it again gives you just that youthful look. And then I'm gonna take that same bronzer that I was using from NARS and I'm going to apply shadow with that. Again, for me, it's really making sure I get done as much as I can with the least amount of product. I just really wanna look put together. I'm gonna quickly curl my lashes. I feel like curling lashes too totally opens up your eyes. Now, this is one trick that I think is so underrated, especially when you're trying to make your eyes look awake, but let's say you don't like to put liner on. You take a retractable pencil. It has to be retractable. It should not be a pencil that you have to sharpen, but a retractable pencil, and you tightline, meaning you go under the lash line. And don't worry if you mess up, because in the beginning it does take time. But even if you mess up, like you see I just messed up just a tiny bit, you can just smudge it out and it looks really great still. But it totally opens up the eye without trying. So I'm gonna do it on this side too. And it looks scary, but it's really not, I promise. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of that liner on top because I did it on the other eye without even trying. And then like that alone, I feel like it just kind of opened up my eyes a little bit. I'm gonna go in with some mascara. This is the ManEater mascara from Tarte. So I would say, as far as having kids, one of my friends gave me the best piece of advice, or she told me this, and she was like, listen, if you've had 2 kids and you keep talking about having number 3, it most likely means that you're not done. So you're probably gonna have number 3. And that always stuck with me. And she's like, it just means you're not done, because until that door is really closed for whatever reason, it's just always gonna be looming over your head. And I was like, you know what, you're right. And so when me and my husband were actually talking about, you know, taking the plunge and trying for baby 3, we went into it with a real open mind, because again, in our late 30s, and we're really happy and we feel really fortunate to have 2 healthy kids. And so just didn't want to, you know, put too much pressure on ourselves. And so when we decided to do it, it was really interesting because it's the one thing I always think about. But I will tell you, I actually did not feel as connected to baby number 3 as I did with my other 2. And I don't know if it was because it's my 3rd baby and I've had 1 boy and 1 girl, but I think a lot of it was that it's number 3. So I was kind of like, should we be doing this? I think some of it was that I was 38 and I'm like, gosh, I'm already older. And part of it was also that we were in the midst of a pandemic. So I got pregnant in November of 2019. The pandemic hit in early March, and we started doing distance learning, and I was like full on in my pregnancy, and I was just like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this when the baby comes? And how long is this going to last? How am I gonna, you know, deliver a baby during a pandemic? It was insane. It was a little intense, a lot of anxiety. But now, 3 months later, post-baby, I can tell you that I would not dream of it any other way. We are so happy. We are so fulfilled. It is amazing. It is crazy. People always ask, like, what's it like with 3? And I will tell you, it's insane. Because even though the older kids are older, their requirements and needs become a lot more too. Like, they now have harder homework, they have needs for different sports they're doing, and they just know a lot more now, right? So they require us in a different way. It's not so much for the bare necessities anymore, whereas when they're little, they rely on you so much to, you know, make sure that you can provide them with food and nourishment, all that stuff. Now it's like they need the support, emotional support. If you're on the fence of having baby number 2 or baby number 3, and you really stop and think and say, you know what, I want this baby no matter what, regardless if it's a boy or girl, regardless of what kind of state we're in the world, I still want to do this. Honestly, just do it. Just do it. It's good. It's amazing. That's all I can say. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of highlighter, going in with this little quad from Dior. I love this one. It's the universal one. It just kind of gives a nice glow to the face. I say this over and over, but it does really start with good skincare, because if you do have good skincare, everything else will just fall into place. I feel like a broken record saying that, but it is so true. I can't say it enough, because honestly, I have women that are in their mid-20s that ask me like, okay, well, what should I be doing? I'm like, take care of your skin first. Like, don't worry so much about the makeup. Obviously, the makeup is necessary, but it's the skincare that's really, really going to set you up for a decade later, which is then I'm like, that's me. That's me. You at 29, me at 39. This is what you have to do. I've been there, I've done it. So, you know what I mean? Take my advice. I'm gonna go in with a little lipstick. It's a stick lipstick, which I love, from Maybelline. I'm going with a little lip oil. Keeps my lips really hydrated, which I love. And then another spritz of the setting spray. That's pretty much it. Alright, you guys, so I just quickly threw back my hair, and what that means for me is brushing through it sometimes and then putting it in a little bun. And one of my tricks is to just take a curling iron and curl through like the face framing front pieces, so that way I look put together for any Zooms or any meetings I have, because that's just how life is going these days. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I also want to say thank you again to Clinique for sponsoring this video. If you guys are interested in checking out the Clinique Smart Clinical MD, I will be linking it below, and you can find it at Nordstrom or Nordstrom.com. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.